Writing is an advanced literacy skill which requires knowledge of the alphabet, vocabulary, and skills needed to actually write and form letters using a pen or pencil. In the ECD classroom, learners are under no pressure to write formally and are instead supported to develop the prerequisite skills needed for learning to write. Although writing is viewed as being the last step in becoming literate, learning to read and write go hand in hand after skills of listening and speaking have been mastered. Writing is expressive as it is a platform for people to share their thoughts, ideas, communicate, and so on through a written language. Writing involves a series of brain processes and fine motor skills to actually occur, thus making it more difficult than any other literacy skill. What then is emergent writing? It precedes formal writing in the ECD classroom and can be defined as the awareness that written print is a form of communication. Children learn and understand that the marks they make on paper have a meaning and convey a message. It includes activities which improve writing skills needed for later on, and activities that promote formal writing. There are a series of stages which all young learners go through in their progression to formal writing. Young learners' first attempts at writing are scribbles, but if you look closely, you'll begin to see that they do distinguish between drawing and writing. Next, learners start to make recognizable letters. As learners gain more experience in writing, they begin to make actual letters. These letters are often part of a series of marks, some of which are not letters at all. Next, learners begin to understand that writing has to be organized on the page. Rather than placing the marks haphazardly on the page, they begin to understand that writing goes from left to right, and there has to be spaces between these words. Lastly, as learners begin to recognize letters, they also start to understand that each letter represents a sound, and they may begin to write words making up their own spelling. There is no need to correct it at this stage, because it is an important step in understanding, reading and writing being related. Promoting emergent writing can be achieved through a variety of activities. Try and build up learners' alphabet awareness. This can be done through activities such as drawing shapes in salt and sand and making shapes and letters out of dough. It is also important to develop learners' fine motor skills needed for formal writing later on. This can be achieved through activities such as painting, drawing, weaving, and different games. It is important to have a writing area in the ECD classroom that learners can easily have access to during their free play periods. This writing area needs to be set up neatly and clearly with a lot of choices in terms of materials for learners to explore and choose for themselves. Have an alphabet, pamphlets, magazines, etc. for learners to look through to give them the opportunity to copy down letters and words, even if they do not make sense. This is a great way for learners to learn about print and the meanings print can convey, and allows them to practice their writing without any pressure to do so.